So welcome back to this overview of RDS3. In this video we're going to go take a look at the inbox, which is this icon up the top here. Now there are a couple of ways to get to your inbox, believe it or not. The first way obviously is just clicking My Inbox, which takes you immediately to a list of messages that you have sitting inside your inbox. The other way to do it is from the My Inbox widget, where you can find a message that you want to look at directly and immediately and just click on that. And that will then open the inbox in a details view, giving you the outline of the message. But what we're going to do for the moment is go back to our main view. So we've gone from the dashboard into My Inbox. Now what is the inbox? We should start there. The inbox is basically any messages that have come inside, that have come into your inbox in RDS. Now the inbox here is similar to an email inbox, only your inbox can contain multiple message types, SMS, email, letters for example, all contained inside the one inbox list. Now how do you tell the difference between an email and a letter for example? Well, you can tell the difference from an icon on the side here. As you can see here, I've only got SMSs at the moment, so that's the mobile phone icon. If you had letters sitting there, you'd have an envelope icon, an @ icon for your emails, etc. So that's a quick way to do it. You'll also notice any messages I've read, the icon's grayed out, so I know that I've read those messages before. Any new ones are still the color icon. So here I get an overview of the person's name that's contacted me, or in this case if we don't know who they are, there's an empty space there. Also get what time the message was delegated to me and received, etc. Priorities, and the first little section of the message as well. So what we're going to do here is jump in and have a look at one of these messages. Let's look at the top one. This is a response to Janet and Street Talk. I can tell that because of the keyword it came in on. Now we'll talk more about keywords a little bit later, but for now, keywords basically is a word contained inside the response that we got that we flag as of specific importance. For example, in this case it's street, because we have a show called Street Talk. We're looking for all messages containing the word street, and we'll file them into the Street Talk bin. Now that's a very broad overview of how that works, but basically that's the system. There is a lot more detail and a lot more, and you can fine-tune that a lot more than what I've just explained, but we'll get more into that a little bit later. So here you can see the phone number that the message was sent from, the phone number it was sent to, the keyword as we talked about, and street. So there's the message. Now from here we can do a number of things with this message. We can either decide, oh, I don't want to do anything with this message now, I'm going to jump to the next message, and then down the side here you'll see the contents of your inbox again, and we can just continue going through and looking at each message. But we're going to do something with this top one. Now because I'm an administrator of the system, I have a few more options than a normal RDS user would have, but I'll explain those as we go. So you have a report spam button, which basically flags this as, hey, this is spam, it's trying to sell me pills. So we can report spam, and then I'll just delete it from our inbox, report it to the admin so that it can be added to spam filters. The deactivate folder, basically we're deactivating this message, we don't want to deal with it. That's an admin role. Delete, we can delete the message. Now normal helpers obviously won't have the delete option, but because we're an admin we have delete. And we can also delegate. As an admin I can, or if I'm given the permissions by an admin, I can delegate this message to any helpers that I have access to administer. So for example, let's click on delegate just to give an overview of that. So I can delegate this to, now here's a list of the special interest groups inside the system. Basically users can become members of groups that helps you assign messages, but more on that later as we get into that. But let's have a look at all users. We want to assign this to this Baptist group. We want to just assign it to we can assign it to the coordinator of that group. In this case, it's George, which is me. Well, that's who I'm logged in as anyway. And we can add comments. Hi, this is a message you can deal with. And delegate. Basically what that will do is I've finished with the message, so it's disappeared from my inbox, and it's been sent to the person that I just delegated to, and now that appears in their inbox for them to deal with. Let's go through and look at if we wanted to actually reply to a message directly inside the inbox. So we've got the message here. What we're going to do is we are going to press this continue button on the right, which means, all right, I'm going to do something. I'm going to reply to this message right now. So we go continue. So that's when we press continue, we've started moving across these top tabs here from left to right. Basically, it provides a process for RDS users to make sure that the reply processes follow correctly. For example, here we've been taken to contact details immediately. Basically, say if the users advise us of any changes in their details, an address change, a phone number change, an email change, etc. We can modify anything that we need to that has been flagged inside the contact details. We can also merge contacts here if we know that this person has responded under a different name before. We can merge the two and that sort of thing. And also the complete message history of that person, which we won't go into now. And also reset the form to its original state. If we made changes and we made a mistake, we can reset it. But for now, we're not going. Actually, what we might do, let's just add an email address just to prove the system works. So this person's name is Blossom, so we'll go blossom at, let's guess, blossom@gmail.com. So we've made a change to that person's contact details, and we'll click continue. Now we're on to milestone details. Milestones are basically a tag you can add to a respondee or a message. Here at CVC, we use a tag called life change. Basically, we're looking for any major change that this message might detail that's happened in a person's life. And depending how on each department, some of these life changes may be as simple as I prayed to God. Others might be as profound as Jesus is now my Savior and Lord, for example. You can create custom milestones. You might create something like a birthday milestone that you can tag a message with, or it's completely custom, or a moved milestone, or a got a haircut milestone if you really wanted to. It's that flexible. You just go and add custom milestones. If we want to record one, we can enter comments here, life change. I'm going to say prayed for the first time, for example, if they had in this message. And that would record a milestone against this person, which you can then use later in statistics or for analysis later.